Today I'm going to talk about how to apply your lethal threat windshield visor decal to a motorcycle. Traditionally this visor decal is used on trucks or cars, but today we're going to do it on a motorcycle. So I removed this visor from the packaging and I'm going to use this design today, a skull with a spider and some airbrush skulls. As you can see, the visor is very big for a motorcycle application, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it down so it's a little bit more easy to manage. So with a pair of scissors, I'm going to leave myself a little bit of excess, but I'm going to trim off this extra material. Okay, so I've cut down the decal to a more manageable size for the visor of the motorcycle, and I'll just go over a couple of tools you're going to need. So the first thing I did was I used a pair of scissors to cut it down and trim it down. You're going to need a squeegee. If you don't have a squeegee, you can do a plastic credit card. I'm going to use an X-Acto knife. I'm going to use a spray bottle with a mixture of soapy water and some paper towels to clean and dry the windshield before and after the application. So step one, I'm going to spray down this windshield so the graphic can be kind of moved around the way I want it. Next step, I'm going to remove the backing liner paper from the decal, exposing the adhesive side of the decal. Right now, I'm going to give it a spray so that if it sticks to something, I can move it around a bit. So looking at my motorcycle windshield, I have a bolt here. This is dead center of the windshield. I'm going to line up the skull with that bolt so that I know that's kind of the center of how this graphic will look on the actual windshield. So next thing I'm going to do is take my squeegee, start from the middle out, and rub it down onto the windshield. So at this point you've used some fluid underneath it, the soapy water, so this gives you some leeway where you can move and play a little bit with how everything's being positioned and sitting on the windshield. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the graphic down onto the windshield pretty well, and there's a lot of excess material. So very carefully with an X-Acto knife, I'm going to start trimming away this excess material. So what I'm going to do is start in the middle. I'm going to poke a little hole there, and I'm going to very lightly follow the contour of the bottom part of the windshield. So now that I've trimmed away the excess material from the bottom of the windshield, I'm taking my squeegee and I'm pushing down any kind of excess material underneath the molding of the windshield. Okay, so what we did on the bottom, we're going to do the exact same thing along the top. It's a little bit trickier here along the top, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and very carefully, I'm just going to follow the contour, the top contour of the windshield, and cut off any excess material. So once the decal has been applied to your windshield, I'm going to let it sit here for a couple hours in the sun so it bakes onto the windshield. So after it's applied, I'm going to clean off any excess water that accumulated underneath the fairing. A quick, easy, and affordable way to customize your bike.